Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over a strong moveset build that you can teach Kyogre in the 3rd generation Pokemon games, and whether these moves are learned through leveling up TM or other means, and how you can access these moves. I'll also touch on the ability, nature, as well as item that you might want to have on your Kyogre. So of course, another one of the Generation 3 legendary Pokemon, and Kyogre is water type, leaving it resisting fire, ice, steel, and water, and then it's weak to electric and grass. But Kyogre is a really strong special tank, so even though it is weak to electric and grass, it is able to tank some of those hits, especially after we use Calm Mind, which is a key component of Kyogre's build. So the stats really strong here for Kyogre, specifically its special attack all the way up there at 150, special defense at 140, and then its HP and attack are each at 100, defense and speed are each at 90. Its ability is Drizzle, which is going to summon Rain Dance. And this is going to increase the power of water-type moves, which is also a benefit, of course, to Kyogre, who's going to get that same type attack bonus from water-based attacks, as well as having the Drizzle ability on top of that. So taking a look at this build, and there's a number of different build paths that you can potentially go down with your Kyogre. I'll have this article linked down in the description if you want to check them all out. I'm going to be going over the build that I like, and that starts off with move number 1, Calm Mind. This raises the user's special attack and special defense by 1. And given that these numbers are already really high on Kyogre, once you beef these up even more, your special attacks are going to be hitting even harder, and you're going to be an even more obnoxious special tank to deal with. And this is learned through leveling up. Kyogre is going to pick up that Calm Mind at level 30. Move number 2 is going to be the water type move that we have in our build. Same type attack bonus that you get from Surf, as well as the Drizzle ability. On top of that's going to boost up the power of this one. Surf hits foes, power doubles against Dive, 95 power, 100 accuracy. And this one's going to be pretty straightforward. You learn it through HM03. And then move number 3, you have a couple of different options here. It just depends on what kind of coverage you're looking for with the special type attacks that you get from something like a Thunder or an Ice Beam. First, I'll touch on Ice Beam. This is learned through leveling up by Kyogre, picked up at level 35. And Ice Beam has a 10% chance to freeze the target, 95 power, 100 accuracy. And Thunder is also a really great option here in the move 3 slot, given the fact that Thunder has the 30% chance to paralyze, and it can't miss in rain, which synchronizes well with that Drizzle ability, 120 power electric type move. And Thunder's TM25 picked up over at the Lily Cove department store. And in the 3rd gen games in the Lily Cove department store on the 4th floor from the left cashier, that's where you can pick up TM25 Thunder for 5,500. And Substitute in slot number 4, which takes 1/4 of the user's max HP to put out a substitute, and it can actually be pretty difficult at times to break through a substitute when you're going against a Kyogre, and when you're hiding behind that substitute, you can continue to bulk yourself up with Calm Mind, which is raising both your special attack and your special defense. And Substitute can be learned from a move tutor, and actually when you're over at the Lily Cove department store, you can pick this one up in Emerald version at the top of the Lily Cove department store, and there's a move tutor right there that can teach you Substitute. And if you're playing Fire Red or Leaf Green, you can also learn Substitute from a move tutor that's in Fuchsia City, that's in front of the Kangaskhan's pen in the Fuchsia City Zoo. And that rounds out this build that's very tough to deal with whenever you're going against a Kyogre in a competitive battle. And the item that I like going with is Leftovers, particularly when I have Substitute in a build which is going to lower down my health. I like having something that's going to passively increase my health, like a Leftovers. At the end of every turn, the holder of Leftovers restores 1/16 of its max HP. And Leftovers in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald can be found over on the SS Title, in the storage room in one of the waste bins, or in Ruby Sapphire at the Battle Tower, a random prize for a streak of 35 or more, or an Emerald at the Battle Frontier for 48 battle points. And if you wanted to, you could also go with something like a Salic Berry, which increases the user's speed by 1 stage when they're at 1/4 of their max HP or less. But I typically like to go with something like a Leftovers in this build. So then to round things out here, we have Nature. Listed is Modest, which is going to increase your special attack, decrease attack. Anything that lowers your attack stat is going to make sense given the fact that the moves that we're using on our Kyogre are all special attack based. I also think the Timid Nature can be very good on Kyogre, which increases your speed, decreases your attack. Or if you wanted your special defense to be even more ridiculous than it already is, you could go with Calm, which increases special defense, decreases attack. Or you could go with Bold, which increases that defense number on Kyogre, decreases attack. So basically anything that decreases the attack option is what you're going to be looking for. And I think probably the Modest and the Timid would be the best options, with the defensive-oriented Calm and Bold would probably be a tier down from those first 2 options. And if you want to check out this nature chart for yourself, I'll have it linked down in the description. That's going to wrap this one up. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and for the resources used in this video, you can find those down in the description.